Thomas Tuchel has just announced his 2026 World Cup squad with some huge omissions, notably Harry Maguire, whose mother's reaction on social media was a scathing attack on the coach. On the other side, Florentino Pérez could leave the presidency of Real Madrid at the next elections, with a new challenger stepping forward. Welcome to 12th League Daily, the sharp daily roundup of football news. Across the channel, the headlines are being completely swallowed up by Thomas Tuchel's announcement of England's 26-man World Cup squad. It is a genuine bombshell splashed across the front pages of the tabloids and the broadsheets alike. The Daily Express Sports sets the tone with a punchy one-word headline, Dialing Tone, a neat play on words to announce Ivan Toney's sensational recall. The 30-year-old striker, who has been plying his trade in Saudi Arabia with Al-Ahly and has scored no fewer than 42 goals in 49 matches this season, is back in the frame for the American World Cup. But that bold call comes at a cost. The German coach has decided to cut deep, leaving out three major figures in English football: Phil Foden, Cole Palmer and Harry Maguire. The Daily Telegraph Sport runs with a very sober but brutal headline: Palmer, Maguire and Foden face World Cup heartbreak. Harry Maguire's case goes beyond football and slips into family melodrama. The Manchester United centre-back said he was destroyed by the omission. His mother, Zoe Maguire, immediately took to social media, especially X, to cry foul, posting a cutting message: "Absolutely disgusted. You couldn't have done any more. Keep your head up. It's shameful." For Foden and Palmer, the blow is just as bitter. As the Times Sport points out, Foden has paid the price for a difficult season under Pep Guardiola at Manchester City, where he struggled to establish himself as an undisputed starter, while Palmer's progress has been slowed by an injury-hit campaign at Chelsea. By contrast, players such as Noni Madueke at Arsenal are benefiting from the shake-up to break into Tuchel's squad, while Morgan Gibbs-White at Nottingham Forest has also been left out in the cold. Thomas says it was a very difficult decision and that he has full faith in the group he has chosen.
I am very confident in the group that we chose and with whom we arrived, with which we arrive. Very difficult decisions, painful conversations, difficult for the players, difficult to explain to the players. But as I said, what we're trying to achieve, we try to achieve as a team.
While the national team is tearing itself apart, North London is celebrating. The Daily Express looks behind the scenes of Arsenal's title triumph. Mikel Arteta admitted that he was unable to watch Tuesday night's decisive match, which saw Bournemouth hold Manchester City to a draw and mathematically hand the title to the Gunners. Rather than putting himself through the unbearable tension of the live game, the Spanish coach chose to isolate himself in his garden and build a barbecue. It turned out to be the right call, becoming one of the greatest nights of his life. Now the Gunners are preparing a historic victory parade, where 2 trophies could be proudly displayed if they go on to win the Champions League against PSG on 30th of May 2026, an ambition Arteta made crystal clear in his press conference.
Well, we had 48 hours to enjoy the success of winning the league. Now, tomorrow and Saturday, we're going to prepare really well because we need to now lift again our habits and the standards that we normally do things to be in the best possible way to compete.
At Manchester City, as we mentioned in recent reviews, it is now official. The club announced the departure of their iconic coach, Pep Guardiola, today, with an emotional video on social media. With 20 trophies in 10 years, he is without question the greatest manager of City's history and one of the finest in Premier League history. Now available, how do you see his future? A spell as a national team coach, a new project with an exotic club outside Europe, or a more administrative role? Tell us everything in the comments. But this time on the red side, Manchester United have officially confirmed Carrick's stay as head coach with a new contract running till 2028. Brought in January 2026, he secured Champions League qualification for next season with 11 wins in 16 matches and has breathed a new life into the team. Finally, the other great British source of pride is in Birmingham. Aston Villa have just won the 2026 Europa League by crushing Germany's Freiburg 3-0 in the final held in Istanbul. It is the club's first European trophy since 1982. As the Daily Express reports, as a reward for the feat, the club's owner will give Unai Emery a huge transfer budget of up to £100 million to prepare an assault on the Champions League next season.
Crossing the channel to the Iberian Peninsula, the two traditional giants are sharing the front pages with radically different paths. On the front page of Mundo Deportivo, FC Barcelona are presented at Primer Nivel, while the Blaugrana squad celebrated their La Liga title yesterday at the Portaventure theme park. The sporting department, led by Deco, is wasting no time. The club has made replacing Robert Lewandowski its absolute priority. Aware that the operation will be complex and particularly expensive, Barca have identified three world-class strikers: Julian Alvarez, João Pedro, Chelsea's hitman, and Harry Kane. Given the club's financial constraints, none of these targets looks easy to land. In the capital, the tension is shifting from the pitch to the corridors of power. Marca and Mundo Deportivo both confirm that Enrique Riquelme has officially informed the Electoral Committee of his intention to stand for the presidency of Real Madrid, directly challenging Florentino Pérez's throne. He is expected to make the announcement soon and is calling for 2 live debates with Florentino Pérez. Pérez first led the club between 2000 and 2006 before resigning. He returned to the presidency in June 2009 and has remained there ever since without any serious opposition. Re-elected for a 5th consecutive term in January 2025, a mandate that was supposed to run until 2029, the early election he has called, against the backdrop of a difficult sporting season and heavy criticism from part of the media, is intended to reassert his legitimacy and consolidate his power. Now 79, he is facing one of the most serious challenges since his return, with Enrique Riquelme entering the race. To make matters worse, an official complaint has been filed by the refereeing body against the club, directly targeting the critical clips and pressure campaigns aired by Real Madrid TV. The coming weeks are expected to be turbulent at the White House. Álvaro Arbeloa, meanwhile, is saying farewell to his role as coach of the club ahead of José Mourinho's expected arrival.
Bueno, ojalá un hasta luego, porque esta siempre la he considerado mi casa. Llevo 20 años perteneciendo al Real Madrid en muchas funciones y bueno, pues la voy a considerar siempre mi casa. Está claro que será mi último partido esta temporada como entrenador del Real Madrid. No sé si el último partido de mi vida como entrenador del Real Madrid, pero eso...
At the bottom of the page, there is also a nod to Unai Emery, who turned up with yesterday's newspaper to the Aston Villa celebration, as well as Cristiano Ronaldo's new record, crowned Saudi champion with Al-Nassr after a 4-1 win over Damak, taking his career tally to 37 titles. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. See you soon for the next episode of 12th League Daily.